just goals.
Okay, yeah, I can probably do that if you want.
Yeah. If it's too much, then that's fine.
No, that's alright. Try and...
I just thought save me ducking down and I can do that. I can do that shit.
Yeah, if we just do goals, I can probably chuck it on there. I also like automatic replays on the goals. Yeah.
Either that or they might not be in this week because we were having some dramas.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, and then it's literally just start game and goal, and that's it.
Okay.
So just start
Too easy.
Same time as the whistle and same thing at half time.
Should we change the colours for Warner's Bay?
If you know they're different colours.
Yeah, considering they're not green anymore. That used to be their older way strip.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I forget how to do this one now. You know how to do it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget it all. Oh, again, so that's right, yeah. It's been a while since I've been in the office.
Bloody hell. And whichever colours you think of.
I guess we could just...
Because it's like a grey and...
Yeah, we can maybe just make them a bit grey. Okie dokie then. God, it's actually hot out here in the sun, isn't it? I'm going to shrivel that. No, sounds good.
I've got a tiny little bit if you like.
Oh, that's alright, I'll be alright. I got smashed at soccer yesterday anyway, with the sun, so... Okay, so we just go start game, yeah, when it starts? Or is this, do I have to add anything in?
No, the exact same time as the whistle goes. You hit start game
and then
just goals is whenever this goes.
So when do I, and when I stop it?
Just
so will that change into like a...
it'll come up like stop period 1.
Okay, yeah. And then just basically start period 2, yeah. Or you do like ready for start period 2, don't you? And then you click it again?
Yeah, you click at the same time as the start whistle. So when they come back out and...
Too easy.
Yeah. If it wigs out or anything, just signal me and I'll...
Yeah.
Try and figure it out.
Oh, there you go. Like team sheet. Hello and welcome to Bar TV Sports' coverage of the Herald Women's Premier League for this blockbuster grand final rematch between Merewether United and Warners Bay here at Merewether Oval. Today's match should be an absolutely fantastic one between two sides who have created quite a strong rivalry over the past few years, and one that's seen Merewether pick up 2 grand final wins over Warners Bay. But this season the Panthers are once again edged out in front, meaning today's match is certainly a must-win, you could say, for both sides. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Quentin Connors, also known as Q. It's great to be with you to be able to bring this Herald WPL match to you today. As I said, such a storied history between these two so far the last couple of seasons. Merewether winning last year's grand final 4-3, winning the one before that as well in 2017 by the same scoreline against Warners Bay. Warners Bay, they've started the season strong. The only game they've lost has been at the hands of the league leaders, New Lambton, coming last weekend in that game. Well, Merewether as well also picking up a loss last weekend at the hands of Wallsend. So both teams really looking to bounce back, I suppose, and get a victory here today. And try and get their season back on track at the moment, though, for Warners Bay. They've been looking like a very strong side once again, and definitely going to be up there with New Lambton and Merewether as well for title contenders, you would have to think. As the teams are preparing themselves to walk out onto the field and get set for this huge match, we'll just go through the lineups here for you today. We'll start with the home side. Number 1 in goals is going to be Alison Logue. Sarah Hartree in number 2. Number 5 at Leah Guthrie. Number 7 Nikki Jones. Number 8 is Riley Dobson. Number 13 is Ellie Withers. Number 14 is Tamara Nash. Number 15 is Courtney Anderson. Number 23 is Katie Gray. Number 29 is Emma Young. And number 6 is Taylor Braithwaite. That is the starting lineup for Merewether United. For Warners Bay here today, in goals for them, number 1, Maddie Latta, the American actually as well. Number 7, Jenna Kingsley. Number 6, Cass Davis. Number 2 is her sister, Ellie Davis. Number 8 is Tara Pender. Number 11, Sophie Stapleford. Number 22 is Nadia Squires. Number 15, Cyan Keating. Number 17, Caitlin Radstack. Number 36, Shannon Day. Number 24, Amy Gosling. Those are the lineups for today's match, as the two sides just shaking hands, preparing to do battle once again, as they've done so often in the last few years. The past 3 years, these two have played so many games against one another, considering that in 2016 they played in the semi-final series, as well as the 3 games during the year. And then in the last 2 years, 2017 and 2018, they both played in the grand final in addition to those 3 matches. So both sides fairly familiar with one another as we prepare ourselves here at Merewether Oval. Great to be back with you as well for bringing Herald WPL action. The second game brought to you live due to courtesy of Bar TV Sports this season. There'll be a few more to come as well throughout the season, so make sure you have your eyes peeled out for that. It's Riley Dobson, the stand-in skipper today. Jamie Ellis not playing today for Merewether. Just getting a final team talk, Merewether, from their coach, Cass Coppin. As we said, after losing their games last weekend, it's vital that they bounce back this week. Both sides needing to win to keep their spot towards the top of the table, especially Merewether, as they've lost 2, losing their first game of the season to New Lambton 4-2, and then losing last week to Wallsend 3-1 after being up at half-time 1-0. So not the best results for them. They'll be hoping that if they can beat Warners Bay today, be level with them on points. They go that one step closer, potentially pushing back up the table and we're going to challenge New Lambton. It's going to be Merewether running from right to left on your screens in the white and red. Warners Bay in the maroon and grey from left to right. And we're underway here at Merewether Oval. Warners Bay getting on the offensive quickly. Trying to get in behind there. Tara Pender, she's able to keep it in though. No, she's not in the end. Goal kick to come, but Warners Bay straight on the offensive there, trying to make something happen quickly. We know how good they are in scoring goals and attacking the goal. They already had the best attacking record in the competition. 31 goals from just the 5 games that they've played, which is rather ridiculous. Averaging more than 6 a game at the moment. Nice there, ball looking. Shunday over the far side there with the ball. Still got it, looking for a little ball to Stapleford. Stapleford then feeds it in behind to Cass Davis. She's got Hartree over there hassling her though, and she wins a corner in the end. Tara Pender's just going to run over the far side to take that one in the shade over there. Rest of the field in the sun, but there's nice heat today as the ball comes into the box. It's on the edge of the box really, a bit probably too far than Panthers would have liked it to be. A nice little turn there, but able to keep it now. Squires unable to retain possession. Goofy now goes over the top looking for Dobson if she finds her, but on the back of her head really. Unable to do much with that one. Now looking for an option, Goofy. Going to play that wide to Jones here. Jones trying to put it down into the corner, but too far into the corner. Going to be a throw-in for Warners Bay. At the moment, Warners Bay sitting second on the table. Just 3 points behind New Lambton. Merewether just behind there in third, so that doesn't add to the enormity of this match. Don't know what will, as Jones then kicks it over to where we're filming from. Almost knocking our cameraman Liam out. But he does well to juggle while still filming, so it's Keating throwing down there, so Keating. Keating now looking for a ball into the box. She gave it a key. It was going to be a penalty early on. It was Jenna Kingsley who went down with the impact. And a chance early in this one to take the lead. Squires is going to take the ball. Well, it didn't seem like there was all too much contact, but a penalty nonetheless. And Squires now has a chance to give an early lead. Can she do it? She does, and a save. Falls back to her, though. And she makes it easy with that one. 1-0 to Warners Bay. Alison Logue in goals, doing very well to keep it out. The first penalty. Squires, though, backed it up, followed it in, and slotted it home easy as you like to make it 1-0 in this one. And we're not too far into this one. In Warners Bay, they've already got the lead. Their 32nd goal of the season already, Warners Bay. There's Radstack there, wins it in the middle of the park, does well, and the ball swings out of Stapleford. He's going to try and use that pace on the far side of the field. Unable to find anyone inside the box, though, and you'll notice as well potentially on your screens the way the field dips a little bit over that far side of the field. There is a bit of a downhill aspect to the ground. Not too much, so shouldn't play too much of a part, but can run away a little bit when going over that far side. Goofy now unable to keep it. Given away cheaply there by Merewether. And Warners Bay just looking to pounce back on it again. Keating finds Squires. Squire's back to Keating and then trying to kind of keep it there. Pender does well though. Into the back there, but play on nonetheless. Swung out wide now. It's going to be a throw in to Warners Bay. Stableford keeping it that far side. Getty's it back on that far side again as well. She's done well to get round the defender and then tried a bit too hard to get past the next one. Giving it away, Taylor Braithwaite. She's returning again. She hasn't played too much football this season. Only played the one game for Merewether. Pender going back to Davis. Bit of space in the middle there for Warners Bay. They want to throw in themselves as well. So already in this one, 1-0 Warners Bay. Early penalty given for a foul on Jenna Kingsley. This ball thrown into the box. Headed up by Jones. Can Kingsley retain? It's going to be a corner kick. When these two sides faced off in their regular season matches, their 3 matches throughout 2018, it was Warners Bay who actually won 2 of them, and they had a draw in the other. So Merewether didn't beat them until the grand final, where it counted, I suppose. The ball whipped into the box there onto the front stick. Cleared away by the head of a defender. Going to go back into the box again, looking for Kingsley. The offside flag is up though, but referee just says play on nonetheless because it is in the hands of Alison Logue. And now getting on the offensive, Ali Dobson. Trying to take on Davis there, Ellie Davis, and Davis does well to get a toe in there and send Dobson back the other way. Braithwaite now, because she's going to get a shot away. It is, but it's blocked. And they're cleared away in the end by Warners Bay. Day now. And Davis back over the top, looking for Shannon Day. Bit of a foot race there between her and Hartree. Both rather quick players. Hartree wins out and they can't keep it though at the moment, Merewether. Warners Bay doing well to press and win the ball back and just knocked away there of the sideline, and maybe Merewether can reset themselves now. Cyan Keating. She's in behind looking for Pender. Thought Jones might have been able to shield that if she wanted to. Going to give away the corner though instead. You'll notice that Nikki Jones playing towards the back for Merewether today. However, she is actually the leading goal scorer for Merewether so far this season. One of the leading goal scorers. She also ties that record with Riley Dobson of 4 goals. As the ball comes into the box now, it's a good one. Logue's able to get a fist to it. And then Tamara Nash just clears it down the field, and now Gosling with it on the far side. On the feet of Squires. She's struggling to keep it though. Does it in the end, and Braithwaite knocks it down the field. Anderson with it. Tries to knock it out wide there. Withers being able to get the ball back. Gray now. Jones just hooves it down the field. But then just snuffed away again by Warners Bay, but given away. But at the moment, it just seems that maybe they're struggling to get any kind of rhythm to their game because they just can't keep the ball at the moment. They're trying to get forward quickly. Maybe too quickly, in fact, and they're struggling to just mount any sort of pressure at the moment. Warners Bay looking far more comfortable on the ball as now the ball over the touchline. Davis with it. She's got a couple of defenders on her and she tries a little back heel. Now Cass Davis, she's all alone down the field there. A very long throw by Keating. Now Davis, she's going to have a bit of time on her hands to get a cross in here. She does. It's a good cross. It's gone through. And Shannon Day wasn't able to do anything with it. Popped up for a hard one to control inside the box with other girls around her. And now maybe they're just trying to maybe turn the defence around. Maybe let their backs get out a little bit, and they're still sitting rather deep at the moment. A lot of space in that midfield. Great work from Courtney Anderson there now. Dobson taking on her defender, getting around her defender. Can she keep it in? No. Just a bit too quick on that far side the ball was. Still 1-0 here. Early penalty call that came to Warners Bay. Jenna Kingsley winning it, but then Nadia Squires, she originally missed the first shot off the penalty kick. It was saved by Alison Logue, but it fell rather fortuitously for Squires to knock it back in again. Anderson now doing well, taking on the defenders. A nice little backheel pass. She could get a shot away, no, but the touch was a bit too heavy. Katie Gray now. She finds a foot of Guthrie. Guthrie now. Nice quick feet there. Finding Withers. Can Withers get the ball back again off that 1-2? I think she might have got a toe in there, and the referee says, yep, she did. So it's going to be a goal kick. Merewether starting now maybe to mount a little bit of pressure. Keeping the ball well in that their front third. Riley Dobson's been dangerous at far side. She's had coming off the back of a fantastic Westfield W League season from Melbourne City once again. And who can forget that fantastic hat-trick she scored during the season. Should be hoping to be able to replicate that this season, that form that she showed in patches of the year for Melbourne City. The ball there goes over the sideline off the foot of Withers. Warners Bay, obviously, they have their W League stars as well. Cass Davis, who co-captained for the Newcastle Jets this season. Got the captain's armband on today as well. It's Radstack now trying to keep the ball in the middle of the park. Loses out to Courtney Anderson. Anderson finds Dobson and some quick feet. Trying to give it back to Anderson. Jenna Kingsley uses that pace to win the ball back. Falling on the ball there, Cass Davis. We've seen her in recent games plays a bit more of a defensive position in the 6 as Dobson goes for goal. Not going to trouble Latta all too much though. As I was saying, Cass Davis playing in the 6 for most of the season. At the moment though, for today, she's playing in more of a 10 role in the centre attacking mid position. She has the ball, foot on the ball at the moment now. Goes a bit wide to Tara Pender. She's got a one-on-one here with Nikki Jones. She might take her on. It looks like she's going to. And instead drops it to Cass Davis. And we're unable to get a pass in behind. I think she was looking for Jenna Kingsley. Radstack does well in the middle there. Then a little lofting ball over the top there from Squires, but a bit of a hopeful ball, really. Stableford's in behind here. Can she get a toe in? Alison Logue too quick off a line. Gobbles that one up to keep the score just within 1 at the moment for Merewether. Dobson now, that far side. Is a good ball in. Looking for someone in the box there. Was Withers on the outside. The ball just a bit too long for her though. Back to Guthrie and she might be able to get a shot away. She does. Latta does well though. Collects it rather calmly. Merewether knocking on the door at the moment of the Panthers' goal. And a bit of a coming together there by Merewether defenders. I think it was Hartree and Gray. And now a chance for Warners Bay, maybe. Kingsley looking for someone, throwing up a hand, saying, "Who is there?" And in the end, that chance, there was a bit of a half chance. It's just peters out. Now it's Merewether back on the offensive. End-to-end stuff at the moment here. In the held WPL match. Grand final rematch. A nice ball over the top. Withers maybe not anticipating it. Goes long. Might have thought that one's going to be cleared away from, I think it was Cyan Keating back there, but maybe would have had a chance if she had jumped on the end of it. Well, one there by Goofy in the middle, and then a nice little head back from Withers. Courtney Henderson. Well, it was looking like a nice little play there from Courtney Anderson. A nice little chip over the top, but offside. I'm not sure if that was against Anderson or if it was against Withers. I think it was against Anderson. One of the new players for Merewether. They've had a bit of a turnover in players this season, heading into the 2019 year. Courtney Anderson, one of those players, new players. She coming from football at Mid-North Coast. Lost a couple as well, obviously. Letitia Quinlan leaving the side, and their captain, Lloyd Topinski, moved away, which sees Jamie Ellis take the captaincy, but she's obviously not playing today. Ali Dobson instead is the stand-in skipper. Katie Gray as well, she's joined the side. A couple of others as well in the lower grades. So when it didn't come out of the hands exactly perfectly there. Tara Pender trying to get it in back by Nash, looking for, not sure if she's looking for a through ball or just looking for the feet of Withers. In the end though, Warners Bay, they collect control of the game once again. They get the ball away again. So both teams struggling a little bit to just kind of take their time with the ball, trying to get it forward maybe a bit too quickly, rather than taking their time and playing simple. Alison Logue knocks it over the top. She's almost picked Tamara Mash out there well. Looks like Cyan Keating's just going to watch that one dribble over the sideline though. You can hear Alison Logue probably screaming as well, keep him in there, but she says as well, too easy. You can't probably blame her for that either. It probably was too easy. Goofy trying to split them, and then Kingsley getting in behind to Cass Davis. Bit too heavy on that one. Warners Bay's defence rather deep as this kick out of the hands from Lowe comes in. Withers with it again. Not sure if she was shooting there or looking for a through ball, but it's only picked out of Warners Bay defender instead. Radstack now. Can she bring it down? She does. Looking for Davis. Pender in behind to Shannon Day. Can she get a toe on it? She does! But just wide. Some close pressure there from Sarah Hartree coming across with a sliding challenge. Maybe enough to put her off there to slice the shot to the right of the goal, but a great effort nonetheless. Coming within a whisker of doubling Warners Bay's lead. Would have been Merewether's 13th conceded goal if that one had gone in of the season so far. They had the best defence in the league last season, only conceded 17 goals throughout the regular season. But this year they've already conceded 12, so potentially something that Coach Cass Coppin will be hoping to put a bit of emphasis on as the game goes on. The season goes on as Warners Bay trying to play a bit of quick touch football on the edge of the box. Goofy now, a surging ball over the top for Anderson. Can she get onto that? She does, and in doing so, she wins a corner. Sliding challenge into the foot of the Warners Bay defender. I'm not sure who it is on that far side of the screen there, far side of the field. Interesting to note as well for this match, Cass Davis is back in the coaching ranks of sorts. Antonio Imbraghetti has been away for a little bit. The new coach of the side. Ball heads into the box. Vadistak clears it. Not exactly though. Back to Anderson. Too high though. Fantastic conditions for football here today though at Myambla Oval. It's a little bit hot at the beginning of the game, but a nice breeze coming through now. The players will be grateful for. Well, one there in the middle of the field. Anderson keeping busy. Up the top there, trying to make something happen for her llamas, as Merewether often go by colloquially. I'm not sure if the club has officially recognised that nickname, but it's been one that they have rather enjoyed over the last couple of years and pushed around their social media pages of sorts, the llamas. There's a nice tussle over there between W League stars Riley Dobson and Cass Davis. Giving away now in the middle of the park. Tara Pender finding Radstack. She does well to find Cass Davis, who's free as a bee out there at the moment, but maybe takes a bit too much time and then gives a ball away. Dobson now up against Gosling. She's looking for a ball in behind, maybe trying to find Nash. A bit of discohesion at the moment between Warners Bay midfield and attack, looking for someone to give it to on multiple occasions, but no one's really offering up. At least that's what Cass Davis was voicing just earlier. Bit of a foot race now between Tara Pender and Withers, and maybe Withers throw in, Merewether throw in. These two had as I said, great history, recent history between these two. Great rivalry that's brewed over the last couple of seasons. I said in the last 3 years, I was saying before, 13 matches played between these two. So they're fairly familiar with each other, you would expect by now. And in those 13 matches as well, just to highlight how tight their games have been, there's been 5 wins apiece and 3 draws. Doesn't get any closer than that. Plus, obviously, 4 of those matches were in finals football, 2 of them being grand finals. Wonder what chapter is going to be written in that rivalry from today's match. So far, Warners Bay have the advantage, but maybe a chance here for Anderson. She's got clipped on the edge of the box there. Not sure who clipped her, but the yellow card is being issued, I think, to Sophie Stapleford. Maybe just outside the box as well. It's hard to see from where we are on the commentary box of sorts. Maybe a chance to either whip it into the box and cause a bit of havoc for the defenders, or maybe even cause havoc for Maddie Ladder in goals. A chance nonetheless for Merewether right now. Nikki Jones is on the free kick. She hooks it in, it's just too high. Went for goal. Not sure if Maddie Ladder had it covered, I think she might have, but Still 1-0 Warners Bay. The way they've been attacking one another's goal at the moment, though, you'd probably would have been a bit surprised by the scoreline. Cyan Keating trying to do that long throw once again. It's rather impressive of a throw. How far she gets him. They use him as a weapon. And an offensive weapon to try and get him behind the defence. Alison Logue now in her almost infamous red and white hat. Incredible stat from her. We'll get to in a second as Courtney Anderson has it on the edge of the box now. She's looking for a cross in, goes for a shot instead, maybe. Calls for a handball inside the box. Referee's going to go check with his assistant. There's passionate and rather heavy calls for it. Everyone looking on, confused, and it's a penalty. A second for the game. Well, anticipation, there was just suspense as everyone kind of waited around, all 22 players, to see what was going to be the call. And the referee has pointed to the spot. So a chance now for Merewether to equalise this game. Looks like it'll be Riley Dobson, the W League star. A chance for her to get her 5th of the season. More importantly, make it 1-1. Can she do it? She does! Hammers it home in the left bottom corner of the goal. The Llamas make it 1-1 here at My Ambler Oval. Bit of a communication going on between Cass Davis and Jenna Kingsley at the moment, maybe working out and changing, adding a little bit changes to their way they're going to be playing. And it seems that Sophie Stapleford is going off for some reason. No, she's still on. The referee might have been noticed something, maybe a piece of jewellery or some sort, skins or something. Those nitpicky things referees like to talk about. Sarah Hartree there. That's almost like a cow kick over the top of her. Able to pass it back to Alison Logue, who hoofs it into the middle of the field. Now Squire's trying to get onto it. Nash is hassling her though. She does well. She's still with it. She takes on down the outside. Wins herself a free kick. Running out of balls around here at the moment at My Ambler Oval as well. 1-1 here though between these two grand final participants the last 2 seasons. Squires, good ball into the box, but no one running onto it though except for Merewether, defender, and now a nice little tussle there that Dobson wins, and now she's going at the attack, going at the defence with a quick feed. Now she's still got it, taking on Gosling. She's doing well. It's a spiralling run, and she wins a free kick at the end of it. Well, it's a run that started really behind halfway. She dribbled it almost around the defence of Warners Bay, and then won a free kick on the edge of the box. You can almost set up like a corner for this one. To woman wall there for Warners Bay. Goofy here, Leah Goofy's just sitting on the edge of the box here, maybe wanting it, but Jenna Kingsley snuffs that out. Cross into the box, back stick. It's Withers. It's not still in. It's out. Unable to get much power to that. Kind of just let the ball hit her instead of sorts. Warners Bay trying to hook it back down there. And Merewether looked to have a bit of a spring in their step after getting that penalty to make it 1-1. Maddie Ladder, young goalkeeper from the USA. Had a stellar first year last year playing at Warners Bay. Won the premiership, of course, and then in the grand final. There's a nice little tick there on Squires, and she's still down and hurt. Referee, I'm not sure, completely saw that one, though. Did seem like it was a bit of a late shot of sorts, but Squires back up and running again. She's got the ball at her feet. Trying to get forward now. Finds Davis. Davis got a bit of space on her hands, and she's faked that pass there now. Looking for someone else. Goes in behind, I think, to Tara Pender. Snuffed out from Katie Gray, who then knocks it down the line. Does well there from Katie Gray. Shannon Day now. She's got it back towards the defender. Turns to find Pender. Pender looking for someone in the box. And Radstack now. Unable to get real connection on that one. And Nash a sliding challenge there to keep the ball in bounds, but I thought they might have just rolled over for a goal kick, but it was stopped instead by Cyan Keating. She gets a throw in though anyway. And I think before the penalty call for Merewether, I was going to mention quite an interesting and quite impressive stat as well. A bit of news from a couple of weeks ago from Alison Logue when Merewether travelled up to face football Mid-North Coast. And they were a bit short on players, and Alison Logue, who was the goalkeeper of the year last year of the Herald WPL, she actually played up front. And they put the reserve goalkeeper in as a free kick. Comes for Sarah Hartree after being barreled over by Jenna Kingsley, but Alison Lowe, yeah, she played up front and scored a double in that 5-0 win over football Mid-North Coast, which is phenomenal if you ask me, to be able to be such a good goalkeeper but also a goal scorer. Just an all-round talent. Alison Lowe is Molly Dobson. She makes it 2. It was a diving challenge. A diving effort to try and get a foot to it. And after only being behind by 1 about 10 minutes ago, Riley Dobson has successfully put her team in the lead. The first with a penalty, and the second with a diving effort with the foot. And pops it into the bottom corner. Merewether 2. Warners Bay 1 here at Myambla. The game has just turned around already. And a rather roller coaster of sorts here at the moment. And it's still only the first half. Grand final rematch of the Herald WPL. The first of the season, first of three guaranteed ones. Potentially these two could meet once again in the grand final for the three-peat. Shannon Day does well to hustle there and win the ball back, but then unable to get a cross in. Radstack with her now. She hooks over there to Stapleford, and Stapleford trying to take on Radstack with again. She's going to go for goal, but a bit of a hopeful effort and kind of got underneath it a bit too much. So it started out all in Warners Bay's favour. Merewether was struggling to really mount any sort of pressure on the Panthers and struggling to keep the ball up front. But since then, the second half of the first half, we've seen Merewether really come out of the gates and just play so cohesively, winning that penalty, and then Riley Dobson getting a second, getting her 6th for the year. And maybe there's another one left in her for today, and she can get a hat-trick. Ball comes into the box, just looking for Withers. She was on a lonesome anyway, though, if she won it. Now Cass Davis looking for ball in behind her. Pender, we know she's quick. She's going to get onto this one. Not Pender, actually. Shannon Day. Day goes for the shot, but wasn't able to get real great connection on it. Alison Logue, a huge kick down the field. Last season there was only 7 points separating these two. Warners Bay finishing first and Merewether finishing second. And as I said, Warners Bay didn't lose as Withers now with a chance. Might have been better off just trying to drop that one down to a foot. Went for the head instead though, but just wasn't exactly balanced or in the right position to get it on target. Tara Pender now knocking the ball down the field. It stayed in the field of play, but now goes out. Another interesting stat to note is that Wyambler Oval has been such a fortress for Merewether at the moment. Well, in recent years, they're actually, in the last 3 years, they've actually only lost here on 1 occasion, which is extremely impressive. Star Pender now tries to control it, but instead it's kind of bobbled up on her. Another long kick from Alison Lowe, but knocked away by the head of Ellie Davis. Ball now knocked into the box, looking for Withers. She gets on the end of it and makes it 3 for Merewether. And the game has certainly turned in their favour. A nice looping ball over the top into the box. And Withers, she gets on the score sheet this afternoon, and more importantly though, puts her team 2 ahead now. Ellie Withers. They've been searching for her as well in the back stick. And multiple times in this game. Finally finding her on that occasion. And it's 3-1 now to Merewether. Warners Bay desperate to try and maybe get one back before the half-time break. Tara Pender now, good run in, and she finds the back of the net. Well, what a run by Tara Pender, and then the shot as well to go with it. And there's goals galore here in Wyambler Oval. Not even sure that was a minute after conceding, but Warners Bay straight back on the offensive. And they get a goal to answer back before half-time. 3-2 now. And you'd be a silly gambler to even try and predict how this one's going to end up. Taylor Braithwaite at the far side. Surely there can't be more goals in this first half. Already 3-2, 5 scored in this one. Radstack winning the ball there in the middle of the field. Pender again, coming off the back of that brilliant goal just moments before. Shannon Day now searching for someone, only finding Sarah Hartree, and then a hard challenge. Cass Davis now goes wide. Is she onside? She's not. Warners Bay players not exactly agreeing with that call, but offside nonetheless. And even though Merewether were up 3-1, it's foolish to count out Warners Bay. We know how good they are in front of goal, how dangerous they can be. 33 goals now for the season for them, averaging more than 6 a game heading into this one. Last season they finished with 64 goals from their 15 regular season matches, averaging more than 4 a game, so they know how to score. As a bit of a bombing kick there from Ellie Withers. Matty Ladder just taking control of it. Cass Davis jumps on the end of it up to, I think it was Katie Gray going down there in the middle of the field. Kingsley now with it. Kingsley turns it back towards the goal. Pops it back out to Stapleford. She might go for the cross. She does. But it's not really finding anyone in the box there. Kind of just finds Alison Logue in goal. Well, if you're tuning in for this one here on Bar TV Sports today, you are certainly chosen a good game to watch. You're certainly in for a great second half of football to come. 3-2 in this one here. So if he's going to stop the game now as Nadia Squire. She's been battling it a little bit for the last few minutes of notice as well throughout this one. She might just head over to the sideline to see the physio. I'll be desperate to try and keep her on the pitch though, rather than substitute her. But it seems at the moment that Warners Bay will just be a woman down at the moment, I should say, sorry. Playing with 10 women at the moment. Just from the far side, just giving you a bit of a rub down, it looks like. Not sure if it's a calf problem, an ankle problem. Nonetheless, Tar Pendon with the ball now, and regardless of having 10 women on the field, trying to make something happen. They'll be probably hoping to take their time at the moment, Warners Bay, considering they are only down to 10 at the moment. Nadia Squires just getting, maybe he's getting a bit of strapping over the far side there. We'll have to wait and see when she'll make her return. Keating gets a little toe in. Davis bombs one over to where we're filming from here. Thank you for joining us here today on Bar TV Sports. It's great to be able to bring you the best of women's football in the region here. Live on Bar TV Sports, where you can catch lots of WPL action throughout the season. 6 matches to be streamed throughout the year. It includes the grand final, which will come later on in the year, of course, as well as all the NPL Northern New South Wales action. Every single game of that throughout the year. Make sure you don't turn your eye away from this one though at the moment, because it's a fascinating game so far. Goals galore in it. There's been twists and turns, and we're only in the first half. Jenna Kingsley now does well to keep the ball and then find Shannon Day. She's got overlapping on her outside. Tara Pender still might use her. She does. And then now she's going to go at them with it. Maybe look for the cross. Goes for the shot instead. And it forces a terrific save from Alison Logue. I'm not sure if it was Pender was meaning to shoot or cross there, but nonetheless it was dangerous. And it probably would have nestled its way into the goal if it wasn't for that big palming hand from Logue in goals. Penda proving to be so dangerous in this game already. Scoring that brilliant second goal. As chance now maybe for Radstack. Can she get a shot away? She does, but didn't exactly get the connection she would have wanted. The referee says that will do us for the first half here at Myambla Oval. And what a first half it's been. 3-2. Merewether leading Warners Bay at the moment. I mean, goals galore, like I said. Started off, Warners Bay getting a penalty call. Jenna Kingsley was the culprit for it, winning that one for her team. And then Nadia Squires, she originally missed the first penalty, but it dropped for her though, and she successfully popped it away in the end to make it 1-0. And then we saw Merewether as well. They bounced back with a penalty of their own. Riley Dobson grabbed that one and knocked that one away. And then a second goal as well coming for Riley Dobson not too long after. Ellie Withers then, she jumped on the score sheet as well to make it 3-1. And then almost straight away after conceding, Warners Bay jumped back in to make it 3-2. And as the players walk off for the half-time break and the half-time team chat, we'll have a break as well. Make sure you did not go anywhere here on Bar TV Sports, because the second half is just around the corner. And I can assure you it's going to be a fantastic one. Hello and welcome back here to Merewether Oval, Bar TV Sports' coverage of the held WPL, this grand final rematch between Warners Bay and Merewether has been absolutely phenomenal the first half so far. 3-2, goals galore and chances galore as well. Some really good football being played by both sides at the moment. Two sides that have shared a bit of a history between each other in the last couple of seasons, bit of a rivalry of sorts. Met in the grand final in 2017 and 2018. Merewether United winning both of those games, and today they're winning as well. So far, they were down early on in the match, 1-0. A penalty given to Warners Bay that was originally saved by Alison Logue from Nadia Squires, but the Squires just knocked it in on the follow-up. Merewether got a penalty of their own as well to make it 1-1. Another goal to Riley Dobson as well. She got a double to give the lead. A goal to Ellie Withers, and then a fantastic solo effort from Tara Pender from Warners Bay to make it 3-2. And here we are now, ready to go for the second half. A second half that really could go either way. As I said in the first half, you'd be a silly person to try and bet on this one. We're underway here at Merewether Oval for the second half, and Merewether, they get the ball first and knocking it in behind Warner's Bay's defence. Bit of a foot race on there between Courtney Anderson and Ellie Davis, and Anderson gets a toe in the end, still hassling her though, trying to turn her around. Bit of help coming over there as well. Last season, between these two in the regular season, Warners Bay won 3-1 and 2-1. And then had a 2-2 draw before then winning the grand final 4-3. So didn't actually get a victory over Warners Bay until that grand final. Cass Davis with it now. Newcastle Jets star. Nadia Squires finding the foot of another Newcastle Jets star, Jenna Kingsley. Now it's going to be Gosling over there now. She's just gives too heavy of a touch though. Over the sideline. Withers now. She does well to get through there, but the pass was a bit wayward. Dobson now. She's got a bit of space on her hand. She's got Stapleford pressuring her. She gets a cross in. Squires now, who she went off at the end of the first half to get some treatment on, I'm not sure if it was a calf problem, an ankle problem, something lower leg. She left her side with 10 players for the last 5 minutes or so of the first half. They were able to cope though. And she's back on the field, which is good to see. Pender now with it. She's going to play it back to that girl we're just talking about, Squires. She does want to get around a defender, but then looking for a bit of a slicing ball through the defence. Instead, there was no one running onto it though. And if Warners Bay can somehow turn this result around at the moment, this 3-2 deficit, into a victory, it'll be the only the second time that Merewether have lost a game here at Merewether Oval in the last 3 years. They've made this ground a bit of a fortress. The old Llamas. Radstack now does well to keep it, holding off Dobson. Shannon Day now with it, turning back is to Radstack. Stapleford, but she isn't able to find Day once again. There's a shoulder there from Stapleford over the sideline. Another shoulder again from Stapleford. And now going in hard on Dobson, but Dobson comes out the victor there. And goes for a long ball at the top. Maybe calls of handball there. No one's seeming to agree with me, so maybe not. It seems that as well in this second half. Maybe they're coming out a bit almost flatter in their formation of sorts. Seems to be a bit of a 4-4-2 scenario. Tamara Nash playing as a striker alongside Courtney Anderson, and just the two banks of four in behind them. Warners Bay haven't seemed to change all too much though. Still got those two holding midfielders in Squires and Radstack, with Cass Davis playing as the attacking midfielder 10. And it was Keating who was looking for Cass Davis there, trying to find her again. She gets a little toe on Davis, but couldn't find her running Kingsley. And Lowe just taking her time with it, trying to get his team settled and set. Referee just looking at his watch as well. While Alison Lowe, I heard in the first half him ask her to hurry it up before the 6-second mark, before kicking it out. And he was just looking at his watch again there, as well as Ellie Davis shielding the ball. It was calls for a handball there on her, but not to be. Yeah, it'd be interesting to follow along that, see if Alison Lowe does get pulled up for 6 seconds, the ball in hand. And again, making Jenna Kingsley work up the front there to pick it up. Logue now knocking it down, searching for Dobson. Instead, she's found Anderson. Anderson now turning back. Goofy now. Radstack does well to come out wide to Pender. Pender hopeful balls at the moment from Warners Bay, trying to get in behind the Merewether defence, and again, Logue is going to take her time with it. Nice flick on there from Dobson. Nash now does well. Reconnects up with Dobson, but her ball is just going to go out too wide. And there's going to be a goal kick to come for Warners Bay. A victory for Merewether. They can keep the scores the same or just stay in front. They will become level with Warners Bay on the table on 12 points apiece. But if Warners Bay do win, then obviously they'll go 6 points ahead of Merewether and still be within touching distance, I should say, of New Lambton, who are currently the league leaders. Long throw there. Nicely headed on from Cass Davis, and then Jenna Kingsley had a bit of pressure on her from Katie Gray, but was almost seemingly expecting a free kick to be called, but nothing was coming her way there. Nice some pressure there from, I think it was Nash. Really, Davis was just begging for her keeper to come out to collect it, but wasn't exactly coming. Did in the end. Radstack now in the middle. Squires now. Davis. Some nice passes in the middle there from Warners Bay's centre three, but maybe more dangerous with the ball out wide. Squires almost playing a 1-2 with Stapleford there, but it hit the back of Shannon Day instead. Some good football now from Warners Bay. Some good possession style football. Trying to build that pressure. Bit of a bump there from Taylor Braithwaite. And Cass Davis does well to regather though. And then takes it on down the outside. Players on the bench like that one as well as Jenna Kingsley pressuring. Another call for a penalty. That would be the third of the game, but referee was quick to wave his hands at that one, saying no. Got the ball. Warners Bay still with it at the moment. Doing well at the moment, Warners Bay. But just can't find that killer pass. Radstack going to go for it. She's had a couple of long shot opportunities that she's taken, but she hasn't been able to score them. Maybe one will drop throughout the remainder of this second half. Still 3-2 to Merewether. The Llamas leading the Panthers. Cass Coppin asking her team to move up. And maybe they're just being a little bit consolidating at the moment. Referee looking at his watch once again as Alison Logan, just reminding her again that 6 seconds. Courtney Anderson now does well to bring it back down to her feet, and then a little searching ball for Nash. Might fall for Withers, comes back to Anderson, and she shoots! And makes it 4. A well-deserved goal. A well-taken goal. And Merewether double their lead. 4-2 here at Myambla. An air horn to go off in celebration of sorts, but the Llamas doing well on the counter-attack there. It seemed that Warners Bay were the ones mounting the pressure that were keeping the ball well, making Merewether move around and chase them, but in the end, it's Merewether with the goal. And this high-scoring game continues to grow. 4-2. Maybe frustration starting to team in a little bit for Warners Bay as well. Been playing good football, but like I said earlier, they just are lacking that killer blow at the moment. That final pass, final shot, that bit of precision to take the lead. Free kick now, Shannon Day. Now we know as well how good Nadia Squires is when taking free kicks. We've seen so many in the past fall and find their way back into the goal. Not sure if she's going to shoot from here. She is. She's looking for the back stick. They're trying to catch Alison Logue a little bit off guard of sorts. But she wasn't able to swing it back enough. There's a nice breeze as well around Myambla Oval, but still quite hot conditions here in Merewether. May play a factor as this second half goes on, as fatigue starts to creep its way in. Stableford now, maybe a bit of an ambitious effort to try and score from there, but if you don't shoot, you won't score, as they say. Taylor Braithwaite with the header there in the middle of the park. Dobson now fighting to try and win it back. Same with Davis. She does well to hold off Braithwaite and then plays the middle of the park to Radstack. She's got an incoming. Goofy though does well to get the pass away. Gets just knocked in the chest there with the ball. Looping ball over the top there from Braithwaite, and Anderson. She's really troubling this Warners Bay defence here today. She's doing well, but that was brilliant work there from Squires. And even better ball in behind. Kingsley's onside. Can she make a 3? Saved. Alison Logue. A great save there in a one-on-one situation. And it's moments like that that really just turn games around, isn't it? A goal there for Warners Bay would have put them back within touching distance. But instead, as the referee just holds up play an injury. It looks to Sarah Hartree. Not exactly sure what's happened there. Maybe something has been playing up on her in the last couple of minutes. A brilliant save there, just minutes earlier from Alison Logue. Keeps Merewether's lead to 2. To see what exactly is wrong here for Hartree. She doesn't look good at the moment. She's getting a bit of assistance there from Cass Coppin, and it looks like they're going to be making a substitution. Well, for the time being, they'll be down to 10, though. As the ball's whipped into the box, and Alison Logue again getting a hand to it. Tara Pender can have another go, though. Maybe trying to get some space. Does so. Gets a toe in. Wins another corner. Warners Bay rather desperate, it seems, at the moment to get one back. They need to be the next to score, and they probably need to do it soon as well. Header there from Squires. Back into the mix there. Radstack trying to chase down Dobson. A bit of miscommunication there from Stapleford and Radstack. Davis now, quick throw in, looking for Kingsley. She had an opportunity to make it 4-3 earlier on, but wasn't able to take it. Nadia Squires now, she's going to whip this one over wide to Stapleford as the sun kind of drops away, hidden behind the clouds. There's a nice ball in, looking for Shannon Day, but couldn't find her, and maybe the players will enjoy that the sun's hidden away for even a short moment. Get out of the heat. Now a nice ball in behind. Tara Pender. She's got a bit of space on her hands. Goes long looking for Stapleford. She got onto it, but not exactly a whole lot she'd be able to do with it. Though I think she did well in the circumstances. And it seems this substitution is finally going to be made. Sarah Hartree making her way over on the sideline then, unfortunately. Never like to see someone having to come off for injury. Goofy now. Dobson looking over the top to Withers. Withers now back with it again. Looking for a little chip over the top of sorts to Anderson, but she couldn't find it. And someone is still on the ground. I'm not sure exactly who it is. I think it could be Ailey Davis, actually. Maybe just being... I think she said something about being hit in the face. I'm not sure if that was by the ball or by a foot or an elbow of sorts. Not sure. Didn't see it. Just taking your time though. Bit of a stinger of sorts maybe. At the moment though, Merewether will probably be happy to have a bit of a break. It's 4-2 at the moment. They've got a 2-goal lead. They've been under the pump a little bit recently from Warners Bay. A couple of chances going begging for the Panthers. One massive save by Alison Logue, and if you count some of her saves she made as well in the first half, including the original penalty save in the first half that eventually led to a goal, but nonetheless, she's been huge today for Merewether and may prove to be the difference when this one's all said and done. And Merewether just knocking it back to Warners Bay's goalkeeper, Maddie Ladder. And she's a bit of a slicing crossover and finds Stapleford. Ellie Davis hooking it down the line, down the middle of the field, I should say, to Kingsley. And Kingsley, she was looking down the line for Pender. Merewether getting control once again, but also losing it cheaply once again. Davis knocking it on to Gosling, and Davis now probably could have controlled that with the foot, but committed with the head. Going to get a throw in now, Merewether. And at the moment, the way that the score is here at Myambla, it looks like that Merewether's fantastic record here of only losing one game in the last 3 years at Myambla Oval is going to stay intact. Funny enough, though, the only time they have lost here was at the hands of, you guessed it, Warners Bay. Unlucky touch there from Stapleford. Maybe bit of frustration seeping in as Rasmond Levy, the new substitute, replacing Sarah Hartree, throws it in. Headed away over there. And challenge here, close to your screens and the short sideline just in front of me here. Rasmond Levy trying to find Taylor Braithwaite. Stapleford now looking for the feet of Cass Davis. Cass Davis eventually gets it and just hooks the ball down the ground. Alison Logue taking off her hat while she and kind of shanks her goal kick as well while she was talking. Now Cass Davis now finds Squires. Squires is going to go for goal. Takes a deflection from Gray though, and that means corner kick to come. We're hoping to be able to get a goal sooner rather than later. Comes in just a bit beyond the penalty spot. Cass Davis with a little bit of a chip there. Might be able to get a shot away. Does! And it's a brilliant goal! We won't see much better efforts than that anywhere in any game of football. It was a long corner. Came just a bit beyond the penalty spot, and she took one touch with the chest, one touch with the foot to juggle it over the top, and then the third touch straight into the top corner. And Cass Davis doing her best to rally her side in this one. She makes it 4-3. And Warners Bay maybe with the momentum on their side, and maybe we can push back into this game to make it 4-4. Incredible scoreline. At the moment it's 4-3 to Merewether, a scoreline that's all too familiar from their last two grand finals, both ending with Merewether winning 4-3. This one could go either way, still very much in the balance. Stapleford taking on her defender, Rasmond Levy, but then just gives it away to Nikki Jones. Goofy now, she finds Cyan Keating and knocked her in the face, that one, but she's done well to control it anyway and win the ball for her side. And a crunching challenge there from Katie Gray, straight over the top of Cass Davis. Referee giving a free kick though, and it's maybe just a little bit too far for Nadia Squires to have a shot. She might go for a little dink over the top to trouble the Merewether defence. If it's a bit closer, she would definitely be in range for one of her famous free kicks. She's going to go for goal though, but an ambitious effort, and sails high and wide from the goal. A fantastic game to bring to you on a Sunday afternoon here, the Herald WPL, the grand final rematch from last season. Merewether United, Warners Bay here on Bar TV Sports. One of the best rivalries we've seen as Jenna Kingsley with a chance to equalise, cuts it over to Day! And it goes wide. Agonisingly for Warners Bay. Seemed like it was all but certain to be a goal to make it 4-4 here. But not to be. Warners Bay ruining their chances at the moment. Their missed chances. They've had enough to probably be in front at the moment. Merewether maybe just clutching at straws a little bit here now. Gone into consolidation mode to try and just keep the lead rather than staying on the offensive. And it seems the more this game goes on that 4 goals may not be enough to win this one for Merewether. They might have to get another. Squires clears it away. Falls to Davis in the middle of the field. She's got some space to work with now. She's got Pender coming on her outside. I think she's looking for one of her strikers instead. Finds Kingsley. Falls back to her in a bit of a collapsing over one another there. Katie Gray and Davis again. Bit of a battle going on between those two. And now it's Nash with space. She gets in behind to Anderson. Dobson's in the middle, but it's just her there. The ball is well short of her anyway. Just a reminder, this is the second live streamed WPL match here on Bar TV Sports. It's going to be coming to you this season. Second of 6. Including the grand final, which in recent years has been great matches, and this one just more of the same between these two. Such a good derby now becoming between these two sides. They definitely know how to get the best out of one another. Warners Bay searching for a goal, searching for an equaliser. Ty Pender now. She was looking for someone to cross it to, but Stapleford not able to get onto it. As when Levy throws it into Nash, and she does well to give a little toe around the defender there, and some nice 1-2 football there between Squires, Radstack and Cass Davis. Stapleford with it again now. She's going to go in behind to Shannon Day. She's onside. Looking for a crossover. Nikki Jones does well. Couldn't exactly clear it, but it was enough to get past Shannon Day. And at the moment, it's just an onslaught from Warners Bay. Playing some great football in search for that 4th and equalising goal here. 3-2 at half-time if you're just joining us. Fantastic first half between these two. the second half is just much more of the same. Jenna Kingsley trying to flick it onto someone there. There's my fall for Cass Davis. She's going to go wide to Stapleford. A great shot! A hammering shot there from Stapleford, but met with a good save from Lowe. I think it might have even got a touch on the Merewether defender there, maybe slowing its velocity a little bit. Davis now on the outside of her defender. And she just hooks it into Merewether player there on the far side and wins herself a corner. The sun may have gone away a little bit. It's darkened over here at Merewether Oval, but this football at the moment certainly lighting up the day for the people watching here. Quite a nice sized crowd as well here at Merewether. There's a bit of a short corner there. Not exactly effective though. In Courtney Anderson, she's jumped on the seconds. Free kick there now to Merewether and Tara Pender. At the moment, Merewether just holding on by the skin of their teeth. Not exactly doing it comfortably at the moment. A fifth goal, that would surely, you would think, wrap up this game and put it to bed, but at the moment, Warners Bay is certainly banging on the door. There's a nice little chipped cross goes in. It's cleared away though. Just watched a run over the sideline by Withers. She's already got herself on the score sheet once today. Braithwaite. Radstack gets a kick away though. Maybe a chance here. Kingsley, she's got Davis on her outside. She goes to the shot instead. Goes wide though. And the way this second half has panned out, it's just Warners Bay knocking on the door of Merewether's goal. But Alison Logue, she's not letting them in. There's such an energy around the field at the moment. Sense of anticipation of how this one is going to finish. Gosling now with her back to the defender. Tamara Nash, she wins the throw in now. And finds Riley Dobson. Davis does well to come across and get a leg in. Merewether still sending quite a few bodies up front to try and potentially find a sealing goal in this one. And it might be the best form of defence at the moment, because Warners Bay have definitely been pushing to get the fourth. Esmond Levy. Nice throw in there, but he clipped away. No, Squire's got it now. Ellie Withers, can she get a shot away? She pops it back out to Nash. Now Nash, can she get a shot away? She does. Goes to the side of the goal. I think it was covered anyway by Maddie Ladder. And she's taking the goal kick rather quickly. But it falls back to the feet of Merewether. And at the moment, frustration building, you can sense, for Warners Bay, because they've had the chances. They probably feel like they deserve to be on level pegging at the moment with Merewether, but it's just not working out for them so far. Maybe it's a change in the wind though. Cass Davis unable to keep control of the ball. And that one escapes Radstack's foot as well, so Merewether back with the ball in the opposition third. Heading battle over there on the far side. Referee says that one hit the hand of Nash, I believe. Taken quickly again. Squires. It's got a bit of pressure on her now. She's going to hook it out wide. Stapleford. Not the best of touches from her, but she controls it anyway. And then she does well to take on the defender. Finds Cass Davis now, who's going to try and go for searching ball to Kingsley. Just too long. It stays in the field of play, though. Stapleford at the moment now. Looking for back stick onto Kingsley. Radstack now. Low shot. Goes wide. And it's just moment after moment after moment for Warners Bay that they are going close to scoring, to equalising this game here, but just not to be. Merewether just holding on here. Good win there from Squires, and now Shannon Day hassling the Merewether defence, forcing them to go long over the top. The ball has somehow stayed in there, and Courtney Anderson's done well with the ball. It's just her against the rest of the defence, though, and she can't get past Ellie Davis. Alison Logue, as you can expect as well, going to run this one into the corner of her 18-yard box and forcing Jenna Kingsley to chase after her. Try Nash now. Can she keep this one in? She does. She maybe gets a chance to cross it. Finds Courtney Anderson, but it's going to be too high. And not long left in this one at all at Merewether Oval. Maybe they've only tasted defeat once here in the last 3 years. And they're focused at the moment on not making that twice. They have the lead. It's slim, it's narrow, but it's still their lead at the moment. 4-3, Warners Bay keeping the ball now. Squires searching for ball over the top, I think, for Kingsley. Kingsley's going to jump on it in the end, though. And now it tries to hook it back around to Pendace. Can she get a shot away? It's blocked. Hits Cass Davis, and Day unable to get a toe in there. Ricochet football in the box there. Alison Logan goals, doing her best to keep Merewether in the lead here. It's been back and forth, this one. A roller coaster of a game. Tara Pendle searching. They're going to get a corner. And despite being down a goal and needing desperately to score here soon, Warners Bay still don't have too many bodies in the box, but a good ball in there. Maybe now Keating's going to have a shot. But she's not going to collect it very cleanly at all. Merewether can retain this lead. They will be equal with Warners Bay on points on the table, on 12 points each, and that'll be worth its weight in gold for Merewether. Courtney Anderson with it now. She does well. Dobson with it. She's going to take on the defence. Still got it at her feet, and a left-footed curling shot just finds its way into the path of Maddie Latta, and now she sends it back up the field. The four Merewether defenders just being bombarded at the moment. And sitting rather deep Merewether at the moment, just trying to hold what they have. Radstack does well to regain on her first touch. But Keating, she knocks it out. They need to be controlling the ball a bit more, because it's so frustrating when you're trying to get a lead back, just trying to find an equaliser. But instead you're fighting to try and win the ball back. Interestingly enough as well, only one substitution made throughout this game to Sarah Hartree, as that one's called offside on Tamara Nash. Yeah, despite the fact that Warners Bay are trailing this one, they've chosen instead not to bring on a new player to try and invigorate the side. Just trying to play what they have. They believe the players they have can get the job done. There's a bit of a coming together there between, I think it was Nikki Jones, her header, finding Katie Gray. And goalkeeper to goalkeeper on that exchange there. From low to ladder. Squires now, she's got a bit of room to work with if she can get a toe away. She does. Tara Pender now, searching for Shannon Day. Shannon Day, she's worked herself into a bit of a pickle there, on the far side of your screens. She wins herself a throw in though, does well. And I was talking about making only one substitution in the game. Here comes the second one from Merewether as well. It's going to be Ellie Withers, it seems, coming off the field. Tamara Nash slotting back into the midfield for her. Squires, a bit of a 50-50 between her and Braithwaite there. Stableford, a bit of a wayward hooking pass in the middle there, and Ellie Davis, a crunching challenge there to win the ball back. Hunger on show here from both teams to try and turn the tide in their favour. Referee says handball, I think, on that one to Tamara Nash. Squires, a good cross looking in. Thought it might have found its way into the back of the net there, but instead went wide, and then despite Cass Davis calling for a handball, or not handball I should say, a touch on Alison Lowe from her hand for a corner, referee says no. Bad sack with a bit of a push in the back there. She seems to know it as well. Frustration maybe teaming in now for Warners Bay. Nikki Jones, long ball in, is onto the penalty spot. It's a good area. Ladder was able to eventually get her hands to it. Maybe should have come out a bit earlier to collect it. As when Levy knocks out, and Linesman says throw into Merewether. Desmond Levy looking to find Dobson. Dobson keeps it in well. Bit of a step over, then uses that left boot to try and get into the box. A big kick there from Matty Latta. Only finds ahead of Merewether's defence though. Struggling to get their foot back onto the ball. Merewether, or Warners Bay I should say, as they were doing so in the early parts of this second half. They had quite a bit of control, were making quite a few opportunities. They're not able to do so at the moment. Merewether have begun to attack once again. And it's helped out so far. Still 4-3 ahead, the exact same scoreline that they experienced in the grand final in 2018 and 2017. Referee checking his watch to see how long we have to go. Surely not long here at Miambla Oval. Taylor Braithwaite knocks it over, and he Latta with it. Maybe potentially working out how much added time we have left in this one. Davis finds Shannon Day. She gets it in behind her. Kingsley. Can she get a shot away? Cass Davis now maybe. Might have been a chance. Gosling, she's just going to hook it over the far sideline. Almost a golden chance there for Jenna Kingsley, but she just couldn't get the ball where she wanted to, so to get a clean shot away. Remember, they're taking their time with the throw, and as you can understand, trying to just soak up as many seconds as they can at the moment. Davis now feeds it along to Shannon Day. There's not too many Warners Bay bodies up there to help them though. Just playing 1-2s with one another. Bradstack within the middle of the field. Squires comes out wide to Stapleford. She's been dangerous today. Can she continue that? It's a good ball, but the other Davis sister now, Ellie Davis, she trying to find a ball in the middle there. Squires goes in behind her. Kingsley, can she get a toe on it? Just runs a little too quickly for her. Jenna Kingsley constantly looking dangerous on the shoulder of the defence. Tara Pender now, she's trying to use her great feet and speed. As Squires now, she's got a bit of space. Too much space. Goes for the shot. Off the crossbar. Well, you couldn't write drama like it, could you? It was a brilliant shot, just swirling. Hit the underside of the bar, and now a chance. Anderson, can she seal the deal? Over the bar. Back and forth here at Miambla Oval. Not long to go. Merewether just in front by the skin of their teeth, holding on. Warners Bay just throwing everything they have at them, looking for a goal. They've come so close on so many occasions. Desmond Levy just going to knock it over the sideline, and that is it. It is full time here at Miambla Oval. 4-3 between Merewether and Warners Bay. A scintillating match, this one. Absolutely brilliant. Some of the best women's football you will see. Some of the best football you will see in this region on offer today. And a fantastic result for Merewether now puts them level on points with Merewether on the table, both on 12 points now in behind New Lambton. And there'll be a frustrating one for Warners Bay. They came so close on so many occasions, but in the end, 2 goals for Riley Dobson. One was from a penalty. Another goal to Ellie Withers, and then Courtney Anderson, she got the 4th one in the second half. While for Warners Bay, Nadia Squires getting the first there from the penalty spot. Tara Pender, she got the second, which was a brilliant shot, and then Cass Davis as well. Fantastic from her to try and fight her team's way back into the game, but it wasn't to be. In the end, Merewether taking the lead, taking the victory, and taking all 3 points here from Wamble Oval. Is absolutely fantastic game, and thank you for joining us here on Bar TV Sports. It's been a pleasure to bring this game to you and bring the best of women's football in the Hunter to you as well. Make sure you do like Bar TV Sports on Facebook, though, for the future Herald WPL matches and all the other NPL Northern New South Wales matches you can watch on a weekly basis. But from here at Wamble Oval is Merewether going at the victors 4-3 over Warners Bay in the grand final rematch. Until next time, I've been Quentin